What up, my people? ¿Qué pasa, mi gente? Welcome, bienvenidos to another episode, otro episodio de Hoy En Día TV. I'm your host and producer, Yessi Rodriguez. Feliz Año Nuevo. Happy New Year. Yes, we are here and we are blessed to see 2026. And I'm excited to bring on my two amazing co-hosts, Dr. CC Baker, the actionist and author entrepreneur, Nadine Barton Lovelies. Welcome to the stage.
Happy New Year! We made it.
I missed y'all. It's been I feel like it's been a long time since we took like a little break, right? We had the recap show. And ¿Qué pasa? How are you? Oh, Nadine,
Doing
I can't hear you.
Amazing. I think we
was on mute.
So excited. She's on mute. Doing
now,
great. Doing good.
Right now.
All right. I was doing that earlier, y'all. We're doing our whole tech check, right? But yeah, off to a beautiful 8 days of the new year. Life is amazing. Life is good. Life is on track. And it's going to stay that way all the way throughout, y'all, until December. Okay.
I'm just grateful to see another year. I'm blessed and highly favored. And some people, they didn't make it for 2026. So I'm happy about that.
That is amazing. Absolutely. I'm glad to hear that. And same for me on this end, right? It's a beautiful 8 days of the new year 2026. Wow. And I'm just grateful for everything, for all the blessings, all the people. Yeah. You know, this is what we pray for, right? I always pray for God to protect me from danger seen and unseen, bringing the divine connections and people that are genuine and removing those that are not supposed to be by me. And you know what God's been showing me. I mean, it hurts sometimes, right? It hurts and fixes something, but I'm like, you know what? I prayed for this. I prayed for this, but God is bringing the right people that are aligning with me, and I align with them, and we're walking together. Hence why three of us are here together. See?
Absolutely. Yeah. And you always listen. Let me tell you, every time I pray for God to remove somebody and to show me, never fails.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. And I've been meeting amazing people just in these 8 days, and 8 signifies the number of new beginnings. So woohoo, here we are, y'all. First day, right? The first week, and then the number 8, the show is on, right? We're new beginnings. And so this is so amazing. And just meeting amazing people. And again, those divine connections, because these are things that I had prayed for. And the people that I've met they've been awesome. They're like everything that I've been needing to happen in my life. These people that God's been connecting me with, they're coming with the resources, praise God, right? They're coming with the resources, and they're coming with, arms wide open, you know what I'm saying? And hands wide open. And how can we help? And how can we make it? So I'm like, yeah, this is really good. This is really good. Yes. Yeah. I'm excited. Woohoo!
That is beautiful. And so that's a good thing, because it's one of those things where I know some people make like the New Year resolutions, but it's like, and some people don't, right? And so what are your thoughts about the whole New Year resolution compared to not making a whole New Year resolution, or just going with the flow, going with the vibe, seeing how the year works out? What are your thoughts about that?
I don't think I made any resolutions this year. I just asked God to guide me in the way he wants me to, and just grateful for another year. But, I'm just glad to be here.
Yeah. With the New Year resolutions, I don't...
Yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with those, I don't do those anymore because I was always failing at them. And I don't want to be a failure. So I was like, no more New Year's resolutions, right? But, I do make out my goals with my husband. My husband doesn't, I try to get him to sit down with me to make out the goals. He's not really big on that. He'll just kind of tell me things sporadically when he's doing this or that. I'm like, no, we need to sit down and strategize. We need to have the Dilly family meeting. We need to make it happen. And we do have our family meetings and stuff like that. But I'm saying when we're like planning out our goals for the year. So on my board over here, I have my goals for 2026, and I don't have a lot of them on there. I'm going to read them out to you right now. Okay. So the first goal on here for 2026, and I did this for 2025, and the goals that I had on there for 2025, and I only had, I think, about 3, and they happened. They all came to fruition. So the first goal on here is to save $50,000. I'm going to do it. It's going to happen, right? People's like, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, right? But I'm going to do it. The second goal is I want to take my family somewhere overseas on a vacation. that's going to happen. It's going to happen, right? The next one, I have to complete this certification that's due in February. And I started it last year, but I knew I wasn't going to do anything with it last year. So it's to do that. Then it's to increase, money in my business. Right? We're going to be doing that. And then it's also to finish up doing like a veteran book was something that Nadine and I were chatting about last year, but all that stuff is going to come to fruition this year. So it's not like it's 5 things. They're kind of big. They're kind of lofty, right? But I love that because the God that I serve, he is a big God. And so even on last year, those big goals that I had, they came to pass. And look, when you write things down, you have a greater chance and probability of completing those things. So these goals will stay here, right? And I'll just check them off. I'll just check them off as I'm going. You see what I'm saying? So it keeps me motivated and I can see it every day. And it does make a difference. So for any of you that have made those New Year resolutions or set goals or whatever it is that you do, the word for the year for me is continued, right? Continued consistency, staying consistent, right? Being diligent in the things that you need to get done. And then the GO, your growth opportunities, go for it. This is your growth moment. When you're feeling some of those pressure points, you're like, oh, this is really kind of stretching me. Stick with it. Let it stretch you, because when you stretch, right, you have a greater reach because your flexibility just increased. Okay. So go with those growth opportunities, those go moments. So that's kind of where I'm at with the whole new resolution, new year, all of that good stuff. But it's good for anybody, for whatever you guys are doing out there. Okay. Just stick with it.
Absolutely. I love that. And with that in mind, I'm going a quick sponsor break, so don't go anywhere.
A bold builder of people, purpose, and platforms, Girls with Gigs helps high performers and those desiring to achieve more shift mindsets and activate purpose. Whether it's career or leadership development, personal branding, or knowing your worth, in the job market, transformation has never been closer, because this is where purpose meets action and dreams become destiny. Book your free consultation today at www.girlswithgigs.com.
All right. Yes. Amazing, amazing. Girls with Gigs, inspired for purpose. I mean, hey, we heard a mouthful from Dr. Cece Baker. We know the action is. So if you need to find your purpose, get inspired for your purpose, you know where to go and who to reach out to. I mean, do that today as one of your goals. I mean, it's a good goal to have. I think so. I mean, hey. Also, with that in mind, I was looking at just common things that people do. So outside of what Cece just shared with us, I love setting the goal setting and jotting everything down. That's amazing. But people also, they do spiritual or mental resets. So more prayer, more meditation, more fasting and journaling, decluttering and letting go, right? It's so much stuff that we've carried throughout the years. Ask yourself, when was the last time that you really took a day or two to go through that closet, go through the garage, go through your kids' stuff, toys that they don't play with, and just let it go. Declutter. Go bless somebody else with, whether it be a donation or even if you want to get a couple dollars, when it gets warmer, do a yard sale, right? Just different things to let things go so that, what's that old saying? When you let things go, new things come, right? I mean, that's what I've heard. I don't know about y'all, but yeah. Also, health and wellness. So yes, people continue to stick with the health and wellness. Now, with that in mind, I learned this literally last week when I went to a grocery store, and I'm really big on the whole GMO and fake foods, like making sure that the food I'm buying for my family does not have GMOs. And it's sad that, no lie, about 80% of the labels that I was looking up using my AI, they had GMO. They had fake bad stuff in it. And so I made that choice to pay extra $5 to $10 more for products that were coming from overseas. So I found products that were coming from England, from Italy, from different parts of the world that had none of the shenanigans and junk that we have here with a lot of the labels that we know today. So I say that to say that that's a goal that I would recommend you all do. And yes, it's going to be a little costlier, but your health matters. You are what you eat. Okay, so just being mindful of that being a good health goal for you as well. Also, if you have anything with regards to new boundaries, new routines, new confidence, like for example, I know that Cece wants to get more into the acting. See, that's a new routine she's going to start into because we're going to be working together. So new things that you want to do, just think about it differently. This is a new year, fresh start. And the sky is never the limit, like I always say, because the galaxies are endless, right? So,
All right.
yeah.
Absolutely. And she's very good at it, so she definitely needs to do it.
Well, it's fun. I'm going to be learning from the best, from the pros up here. Okay, you guys, you guys are in it, but I'm just, it's on my bucket list to do. And I've always wanted to do it for like decades. And so we're going to make it happen. And Nadine has been my cheerleader in my corners. Like, you can do it. You can. She's been telling me forever. Right. And so I'm like, okay, we're going to make it happen. And then, yes, of course, God, he aligns you. You know what I'm saying? She's since a kid, she's been doing this whole thing. And then all the way to now, you know what I'm saying? So he always aligns. He always positions. You see that? I spoke it. I prayed about it. He's making it happen, bringing the people here. Right. So I love it.
I love it. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So we are going to take a shift over from what's happening in the world. A lot of things are happening. I sometimes feel like I'm living in the twilight zone, to be honest with you, because I'm like, really? That's happening? And so to start, I came across a post where apparently people in the North Carolina area, somebody's going around posting some fake QR codes for parking. Like, let's say you're going to go for finding a public parking. So versus using the actual sign that they have, they've been putting like fake signs up to say, scan your QR code to pay for parking, but then they're stealing your information. Like, really? We're still doing that? Come on, people, get a job, do something. Why are you doing it?
These scammers are getting smarter and smarter, and they're using different tactics to get to you.
Right. No, and that's horrible. And I say that to say, I know it's not only happening here in North Carolina, it's happening all over. So be careful when you are going out to public places and you're using public parking. Like, if you see a document that has stand here to pay, like, why? First of all, why is it in a piece of paper? Like, shouldn't it be like a hard aluminum sign, right? Where it shows that it's like, just start using common sense and just be careful, because nowadays you just never know.
Yeah, we got to pay attention. And that's been going on for quite some time. The thing is that it's just like the ATMs, the fake ATMs, they were putting a whole like machine on top of a machine to capture get people's information and stuff. And the great thing though, y'all, because even though all these negative things, these bad things are happening, the good thing is that God is always still working everything out in the midst, because somebody had to see what was going on or know what was going on and put the information out there. Hence why on Hoy En Día TV, we're telling you to pay attention. You see what I'm saying? So out of all the bad, all the evil, all the wicked that always goes down, that good is going to come back around to inform us, to make us know the truth, right? So that we can operate, carefully, and be, vigilant at paying attention to our surroundings and making sure that things are real. So I'm grateful for that, that the information is out there. We're bringing it here to you, the audience. You can share it with others, right? And it's going to help protect people and keep people safe. So I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And I've been sharing like the information that we share. People that watch the podcast, because they're so busy and they have time to listen, they say, wow, I didn't know until I heard it on Hoy En Día. And I'm like, well, good. That means we're doing right. We got to keep on going. We got to keep on going. And even what's happening today, like what happened yesterday in Minnesota, that young woman, 37 years old, having a 6-year-old child, and she met her demise. Like, that's heartbreaking.
That was horrible to watch. I watched it and it was horrendous. Like, I literally cried because it's right there on the screen live.
Yeah. And I watched a lot of videos too, Nadine. I'm gonna be honest, I watched it from different angles. No, she wasn't a threat. The angle, like, there was literally her neighbor who was literally capturing everything, like, right in front. And you can see she was turning the vehicle. The ICE agent was already pulling out his weapon to already shoot at her. He had that intention. He had that intention. And you see it plain sight on the video. So anybody saying anything different, I'm gonna pray for your soul, because something's not right up there. So
right.
Yeah, I haven't. I've only seen it from the one angle, the stuff that you guys put in our group. And so I haven't really dissected everything. I didn't even know what was going on. I heard a lot of chatter on the radio this morning when I was going, but I came in kind of like, so I didn't know what they were talking about. And then until I went into the group and then I saw, and then Nadine and I chatted earlier about it and stuff. And so I haven't seen, anything to make heads or tails of it. Even if, he was in the right or if he was in the wrong, at the end of the day, killing is wrong. It's just wrong. We should not be killing other human beings. That's just wrong. That's a commandment. You don't kill, right? And so it's just wrong on every level. And I don't know what's going to happen to him. What I was hearing on the radio looks like, nothing's really going to happen to him. But I don't know, but prayer is strong, y'all. And so we got to pray for justice, righteous justice to be held and upheld within this country, within every continent, for these types of things. And we as a people, we have more power than we know, more power than we think. We got to come together on one accord. It's like, I've been watching this show, called Fallen, I think it is. And everybody's surprised, especially my brother. My brother's surprised that I'm watching the show. A shout out to Eddie. Woo-hoo. He just retired 29 years in the U.S. Army. So he's back here stateside. He was overseas in the Netherlands. And so yay for Eddie. So we're super excited. But so I'm watching this show. It's like an apocalyptic show. Basically, they dropped this bomb to kill the people and all this stuff. And now everybody just wants to basically bring the society back to the good, strong American society that we once were. People helping people and all of these things. The only issue with it is that you have so many people with all the money, but everybody has their own thoughts about how to get it done. So what's happening on the show is that they're killing each other and it's chaos, but they all want to achieve the same goal. You see what I'm saying? So we here as a people, right? Not an American people, but just as a human being people, right? People to people. Y'all, let's look out for each other. Let's do better. Today and every day I wake up and I on purpose say, how can I be a blessing to somebody today? How can I make you proud of me, Lord? You know what I'm saying? And it was something so simple for me today. He said, go, because I talked to my acupuncturist and she's having like some thinning of the hair and stuff like that. Women, we go through so much, y'all, these hormones and the menopauses and perimenopause and the pause got the pause and the pause. Okay. So but he said, just go out and buy her this little, I was told her it was like this little conditioner stuff that you could use and put on and whatnot. And he said, go purchase that for her. Because I told her about it, but he said, go purchase that for her. And I did. And she goes, this is for me? And I said, absolutely. And she said, oh my gosh, how much do I owe you? And it was like $8. I'm like, you don't owe me anything. And it just touched her. And when I went in, she had these little samples on her counter from like a couple of days prior. And I said, oh, this stuff really works, And I was like, I would love to have another. She's like, sure. So when I gave her that product, she came and gave me a huge bottle of that cream, right? That kind of helps with pain and stuff. And I said, God, I thank you, because it reminded me in the Bible where it says, it's better to give than to receive. And as freely as I give, you know what I'm saying? So I gave freely from my heart. And I had to go to a couple of stores to find this product. But I went and I found it and I brought it to her. And that was all a test too, because I was like, if it ain't in this store, I ain't going to the other store to get it. But anyway, I gave it to her. She was super happy. And then she gave me back something even greater in return. And so that was a blessing. So walk out of your door each day with a purposeful mind on how you can be intentional about helping somebody else in this world, because there are plenty of good people that are still out there. We need to be it, and we need to show it. And that'll help make our world a better place.
Right. And you wasn't expecting anything in return. So that was a good thing about that.
Yeah, it was. It blessed me. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So that was good.
So going back to the previous story about Minnesota, I had another point to say on that, because if you go on the CNN website, I don't know if I think I posted it in a video, they were saying that upper leadership was saying that the lady was a threat and that she was about to run over the agent. And clearly on that video, that second video that they showed, clearly he was not a threat at all.
I agree. No, she wasn't. And it's obvious. And even the neighbor, I will say this, I really salute the neighbor. She went on national television to clear this woman's name, to say, I witnessed it myself. I recorded it. There's the video footage. And this is what happened. She's told her account of what she witnessed. And I commend her for doing that, for stepping forward in honor of this young woman that her life was lost. And so for those who are not familiar with what's happening, January 7th, yesterday, U.S. Immigration and Customs, ICE, agents shot and killed a woman in Minneapolis, Minnesota during a large federal immigration enforcement operation. The woman identified as a 37-year-old Renee Nicole Good, a Minneapolis resident and a mother of 3. So I thought she had one. She had 3 kids. The shooting occurred in the southern part of the city where federal agents approached her vehicle. Authorities claim she attempted to use her vehicle as a weapon against them, but video footage and eyewitness accounts raised serious doubts about the versions of events. And I'm one of those witnesses where I'm watching this video, like from what I'm seeing from her neighbor that went on national television, and I agree with the neighbor. The ICE agent was wrong. Like, he needs to be fired. Like, he needs to be released from his duties and blackballed, because no, you can't, no. Just because you wear a badge saying you're ICE doesn't give you the right to take somebody's life. Like, that's horrible. No. So with that in mind, there's a lot of conflicting narratives. And going back to CC's point, you know, there are good people in this world, and I know God has us covered. And so although this ICE agent did what he did, he doesn't realize that he's putting that negative karma not only on himself, but his family. Because I believe in the law of karma. When you do good, good comes. When you do bad, bad things come. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, they said that the administration was saying that she was participating in domestic terrorism when she was not involved in anything. She was just a passerby.
Yep, absolutely. So my thoughts, prayers go out to this family, these 3 kids. I mean, that's horrible, growing up and not having your mom by your side. That's tough. That is tough.
That's
so
sad.
So yeah, so hopefully and prayerfully things are gonna get better, right? We're gonna keep praying, we're gonna keep uniting, and seeing what we can do to help our fellow people that need support. So that's why we have Hoy En Día, to help educate, enlighten, motivate, inspire, and entertain you, the viewers and listeners, with each and every episode. And we're getting ready to shift gears real quick. We're going to go on a quick sponsor break, and then we're going to bring on our special guest who's been patiently waiting behind the scenes to lighten up the mood a little bit, right? Let's talk about glam and glamour photography. And hey, the new year is here, so if you need some new pictures, our guest is your person to go to. So we'll be right back. Do not go anywhere.
At Cab Zenza, we believe beauty is a ritual, not just a routine. Rooted in intention and inspired by nature, our skincare is crafted to nourish more than just the skin. It nourishes the spirit. Every jar is made with purpose. Because when you flourish inside, it shows on the outside. Cab Zenza's isn't skincare, soul care.
From the moment that I put this Cab Zenza on my skin, it feels most amazing. As you can see, it has your skin glistening. It's moisturizing. You too should get Cab Zenza.
Luxurious body butters.
Yes, luxurious body butters. I mean, hey, you don't want to walk around winter or fall or even summer. Anytime you shower, your skin just gets a little dry. Let's not walk around with dry skin, please. So invest in Cab Zenza, and trust me, you're going to love it. Your skin's going to love it because it is the largest organ of your body, and you have to take care of yourself and be gentle with yourself. Come on now, let's do better, right? Right. All right, lovely. So before we pivot over, anything else that we want to talk about before we bring on our special guest? No? Ready?
No, I'm ready to get into the special guest. I'm super excited. So bring them on. Bring them on.
Yes. Love it. We are calling for our special guest. Yes. All right. So this amazing guest is from Raleigh, North Carolina. He's a bass photographer and a creative force behind Stanback Photography. Formerly a computer engineer with Verizon Business, Anthony reinvented his career after being medically retired in 2015, channeling his technical precision and creative eye into photography. That's fancy. That's nice. Anthony takes great pride in capturing high quality, compelling imagery that tells a story. His work has been featured as covered photos for numerous publications, and he has had the honor of photographing Runway 7 at Sony Hall during New York Fashion Week, a milestone that highlights his versatility and professionalism within the fashion and creative industries. Back in 2019, Anthony was featured in Raleigh Voyage magazine as a part of their Inspiring Stories series, recognizing his journey, resilience, and impact as a creative entrepreneur. And I've actually had the opportunity to collaborate and work with this amazing photographer, and we've created some great magic. So if you haven't gone on my page, check my pages out. You're going to see the recent work that we've done, and there's still more to come. This is only the beginning. So I definitely vouch for this photographer, truly talented. So you all can visit him on Instagram under Stan Solutions Photography, website stanbackphotography.mypixieset.com, and also email him at stanbackphotography@gmail.com. So without further ado, we're going to bring on our special guest, Anthony Stanback with Stanback Photography. Yes. Welcome.
Evening, ladies. How are you?
Good evening.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy New Year to you all.
Happy New Year. Welcome.
Happy New
Yes,
Year.
we're glad to have you. Is it me, or does it look a little lagged on Anthony's end? Ladies.
Yeah, the lighting's a little.
Anthony, just a heads up.
Yes.
Yeah. So just want to give you a heads up in case you need to log off and log back in. That'll help.
Sure.
Did you want to go ahead and do that, or do you want to proceed and see what happens? It's up to you.
We can proceed. We can proceed and see what happens.
All right, cool.
Is it still lagging?
You know what?
Oh,
This usually happens when we have a juicy story in the book, so I have a feeling there's going to be another one, right? This is something with all of us being divinely touched. I feel like sometimes the enemy tries to step in and tries to stop us, but guess what? That's not going to happen. We've had that many times before, and guess what? We're still here in 2026. So, yes, Anthony, I've read an amazing bio, and you are truly talented. I've had a chance to work with you, but in a nutshell, who do you say you are?
Well, I guess I'm a problem solver, really, because that was what I did as a computer engineer for several major companies in the United States and internationally. And I don't know. Some people say I just touch things and it turns to gold, but I don't see the gold. So I just like to put my best efforts forward and just like to produce something that has an outcome that everyone can see.
That is awesome. Yes. And for those who are meeting you for the first time, how do you introduce yourself? Because you had so much. You say, hey, I'm Anthony the photographer, or I'm Anthony this. Like, do they already know you as a photographer? Like, what is your first impression usually when you meet people?
First impression, they wouldn't figure it out at first. Kind of quiet guy, kind of humble, and just kind of easygoing. And then once we get to talking and say, hey, I do a little bit of photography. I know a little bit about cameras, and then that's when the floodgates kind of open up.
Yeah, gotcha. So with being medically retired back in 2015 and transitioning into photography, how did you know that photography was going to be your next life? Like, why photography?
I didn't.
You could have done.
I truly didn't know what I was going to do. When they retired me, because I had a stroke in 2015, and it affected my whole right side on my nerve. And they said I could no longer work at the level that I was working at, engineering different corporations and stuff like that, because it was just so much running through my mind. So, and sitting home, I said I couldn't do this. I just can't sit home. I can move my body, I can move my limbs, and it was just, I had to slow things down in my mind. So I said, let me pick up a camera, and that's how I started. I knew nothing about photography at all. So I started the photography. It became a distraction. It took away some of the pain because I started thinking about something more easygoing, and that's what I've been doing ever since.
Impressive. Nadine, what questions do you have for him or Cece?
Yes. So for me, and congratulations on your next level career into photography rather. I've seen the pictures and they're beautiful. Like, yes, these pictures are amazing. Yeah. So it says you you're known to work in, for high quality and storytelling, right? So what do you believe separates a
Yes.
good photo from a powerful, unforgettable one?
Well, it's a photos are just like geometry, and you have to present the person that's looking at a photo. The angles is really what draws them in, and it just depends on how you set your model up. Shoot, uh, just you need to draw them in some kind of way. You just can't have a straight on shot of individuals and it just look like a big generic shot out of a book or out of a yearbook, to say the less. But I just like to do angles. I like angles. I like kind of just in the flow of things. Once you have your model in the flow, they present outstanding work. As you can see, yesterday, she has some outstanding shots that we took.
Right. Oh, that's amazing. It also said that you shot cover photos for publications and even Runway 7 at Sony Hall during.
Yeah, it's
For New
yes,
York Fashion
very
Week.
exciting stuff. Right now, I have a slew of magazines that are just requesting photos from me now. That was a surprise, a good surprise. But it's opening up. I just say it's just opening up. I just don't know what to expect. Tomorrow is different. So shooting at Runway 7 was an experience because didn't know what I was getting into. You're talking Times Square, and it was a madhouse, and it was awesome. I had a great time.
Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations. I'm going to pivot over to Cece so she could ask her questions. I might come back later.
Sure.
Absolutely. This is awesome. So bouncing back from the stroke, going into a new career, you really it seems like you kind of stumbled into photography. Had you ever done anything with photography ever? Like even as a boy, kind of tinkering with the cameras or anything, or just a complete novice at it?
Just a novice, not at all. So it took me a while. Like I didn't even know how to turn the camera on, So it took a while.
Wow, this is pretty amazing.
I refuse.
So then when you got started,
I refuse to
yes,
give
what were you
up. I
saying?
refuse to let it be. Yeah.
So when you were, so when you started the whole photography thing and doing that, so did you take like any classes or anything like that? Were you at like YouTube University or just like friends and family? How did you grow your gift?
That was it. YouTube University, night and day, just studying different things. And it's kind of funny. I guess it's anything that you try to make a pivot in your career. You try to lean on people to ask for some help, and it's you find that people say they want to help, but they really don't want to help. So you got to kind of dig yourself. YouTube University, different books. I really took a liking to street photography, so I found a lot of old photographers doing black and white photography on the streets, which was really awesome. So I did a lot of my own. I just had to do it on my own.
That's very commendable. Very proud of you. And so, like, do you take a different approach to like other novices that are out there that's into photography? So if they came to you and say, "Hey, Stanback, can you help me with this or help me with that?" Like, how do you handle the situation?
Sure. I heard you in the conversation earlier. I'm sorry. I heard in your conversation earlier that it's better to give than receive, and if novices come up to me and ask me a question, I love to help out. I love to help everyone out that wants my help. I'm sorry.
I love it. I love it. Go ahead, Yessie.
Okay, yeah. So pivoting over with regards to advice and growth, what advice would you give someone considering a career in this field, right? You started from the beginning, you had no experience. Like, how did you grow yourself to making sure that you stand out, right? So I say that to say, like, when you are focused on something, did you self-criticize and compare yourselves to other people to say, okay, I like how they do this, but I want to do it this way, and then you perfected it? Like, walk us through how that all grew into who you are today.
Well, photography is based on the individual. It depends on how you see or what your vision is of art. I know when I first started, I was my worst critic. I was saying, a terrible photo shoot, just disappointed. And they get the product and they love it. And I'm just like, I could do better than that. So I always challenge myself to do better every time. And then when I started looking at angles and photography and angles and working on things like that, I noticed that I could create some different styles and different things. I mean, some people don't like photos with the shoes cut off and stuff like that. But if you angle it right, and it hits just right sometimes, you know.
Right, absolutely. Now, with this industry, it can sometimes feel a little overwhelming, right? With just different things happening
Mhm.
in the entertainment industry overall, and even in the photography. So, how do you stay grounded with your craft, especially when you look around and it can sometimes feel overwhelming?
Well, it can get overwhelming, but being retired, you know, I can pick and choose, so I don't have to do it. So I still try to keep it in the right perspective. This is just something that, you know, I'm doing because it helps. So it gives me a little distraction from the element. So I'm always kind of grounded with it. So I'm always creating.
Okay, awesome. I have a couple more questions, but I'm gonna pivot over to see if Nadine or Cece has any questions for our guest.
Sure.
No, I don't have any more questions.
Okay.
Yeah, so let me fire away. So is there any is there any like certain type of clientele that you kind of stay away from, like people that you just won't shoot for? Is it just kind of, just open for the taking? I'm pretty sure, like in your experience, like, with anything, you kind of see the good, the bad, and the ugly. So is there like a certain kind of clientele that you maybe don't really kind of, jive with so much? Or
I wouldn't say it's a certain clientele. I try to shoot everybody and anything. I did do some photography work for weddings. They are, if as an individual, is very taxing. So I try to stay away from weddings because you need second and third shooters along with you instead of one person just trying to do the whole wedding. It is extremely draining. So
gotcha.
but other than that, I'm kind of open to shoot anything.
Okay. What does like a normal work day looks like for you, and like with editing the photos and doing all of that kind of stuff? Because some people may want like, you to just totally make everything look AI these days. You know what I'm saying? It's like flawless, flawless. But like, you might see beauty in people that they may not see in themselves, and trying to bring that out. So like, say for instance, like, so like I have like a lot of these little beauty marks, on my, it's like Marilyn Monroe. People's like, oh, is that fake? You put the mascara. I'm like, no, I was born with this, right?
What the heck?
But what does a normal workday look like with you and with the editing of everything? Is that like a very lengthy process?
It can be, but I have challenged myself to at least get the photo about 85% correct in the camera. So when I'm finished with my camera and go over to my editing side, I have very little to edit. So that I picked out of an old book, out of an old photographer in New York. If you get it right in camera, you don't have to do much editing.
That's good. Good. That's really good. I like that. And then just my last question here, and I'll pick back over to you, Yessie. But what advice? Like, so like, you know, I want to get into this whole modeling gig, you know, Nadine, Yessie, they've been doing this stuff. So what advice would you give to like a new a model that's kind of shy, really kind of unsure and that kind of thing? Do you really kind of help direct them with the poses and things like that? Because what I tend to think of it like is like when you're ballroom dancing or salsa dancing. Like I've danced with really great salsa dancers, and they kind of, even though I wasn't really great, but they kind of lead you and guide you so you know where the turn, so you still look good even though like you're really trash, you know what I'm saying? You still kind of look good. So what advice would you give to like those new models that are kind of shy and kind of finding their way?
The shy models, I would just try to just get them to open up and just talk, and let's just talk about anything. We don't even have to talk about modeling right now. Let's just talk about, you know, what do you do or what are you into? And just open up the communication line. Then you start getting them to loosen up a little bit, and they start feeling better. And you'd be surprised, they really turn out some good product. So I just like to keep the line of communication open.
All right, great questions for sure. My follow-up that I have for you is, what are you most excited about working on this year? So you've shot a lot of different models and different events. What is most exciting for you in this year, 2026? What are you looking forward to do?
2026, I want to do some bigger events. I'm looking at the stage of BET awards, something to that nature. So I'm like to go to a next level of photography.
Okay, awesome. And so with that, it sounds like that's more of a, you know, a project that you're looking to definitely do, and you will do, absolutely. What about collaborations? Do you have any collaborations that you're looking forward to doing this year?
None. Whatever comes up, I'm open. I try to leave my schedule open for that because, you know, with collaborations, you kind of have to think about it, get kind of a game plan, just kind of get in your mind what the shoot will look like before you actually shoot it. So I just kind of leave that open. I may see models here and there, and that's like, hey, do you want to schedule some time to shoot? So my calendar is going to stay open.
Awesome. And for those who do want to book you for your services, what would be the best way for them to reach you? I know you have a Facebook, Instagram. There's email that I shared earlier. Is that the best way for them to get a hold of you so they can book you?
All three ways. All three ways is good. Just hit my Instagram message or email me directly. That's fine. I do have a booking section on my website, so you can book on the website. So I'm available.
Okay, awesome. And can you remind the audience and listeners those sites that they can reach you at and how they can reach you?
Sure.
Or if you don't have it handy, I can read it off on my end. Give me just a moment. I'll be happy to do that. I'll just go back to
if you could, yes.
Yeah, no problem. Yes. So as a reminder for those who didn't catch it when I first did the intro, you can reach Anthony at Instagram under STAN Solutions, Stan Solutions Photography. Also website stanbackphotography.mypixieset.com, and also email stanbackphotography@gmail.com. Those are the three ways. And also, if you are connected with him or come across his page on Facebook, you can also reach out to him that way as well. I'm sure Messenger is another option for you all to consider. So yeah, awesome. And so Anthony,
thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And for those who just for more of a closing statement here, if you could leave the audience with one message about resilience, creativity, and purpose, what would that be and why? Did I lose
She
you?
frozen.
Okay, yes. It's all right. Yes. Well, hey, we learned a good amount of information about photography, and it's amazing how he was resilient. He pushed through how life dealt with him, and with regards to his stroke, and he's growing beautifully and doing amazing things out here in 2026. So wow, that just shows when you.
And I love how like he,
Mhm.
yeah, and I love how he just did photography. Like he didn't really think about it. He's just like, I'll just do this. And he learned everything, from scratch. So just a word of encouragement to those of you that are there's like, I don't know how to do it and all these kinds of things. YouTube University, right? Start there. Tons of information that's out there. You definitely got to watch a lot. You still have to read. You still got to, do your research and things of that nature. But I thought that was really awesome. And then seeing the type of photography that he's putting out there in the world, because we've seen your beautiful photos and such and other models out there on his sites and things, and they are excellent. They are done with really a spirit of excellence. And so I'm just like so proud of him just to see that, right? And now how he's aspiring to have these greater hopes to be like on BET, these big platforms. And I'm pretty sure he's going to get there. I just hope he doesn't forget the little people, right? Hoy En Día TV, all right? Just come on, bring it on back.
Right. I mean, hey, not to toot our own horn or brag, but India is worldwide now. We're not little, we're growing. So we're worldwide. We can be heard in different platforms, so if I do need to remind people, like, where can you hear us, right? Whether you're at the gym, going for a walk, let's see, if you want to just meditate and hear our voices, hey, why not? So you can listen to us and watch us on different platforms. So I'm glad you mentioned that, because this reminds us to say we're found on RSS, Spotify, Amazon Music, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Pandora, Instagram, iHeartRadio, Podcast Addict, Podcast Index, Podverse, Deezer, Fountain, True Fans, YouTube, Rephonic, and I'm sure there's others that I haven't mentioned. All you have to do is go on my website, yessirodriguez.com. On the upper left-hand part, you're going to see a drop-down. Select Hoy En Día TV, and you can just click on the link, and it'll take you right there to hear us. So, hey, reminder there. Also, we're a
big deal. Maybe I should use better language to say maybe humble people. Don't forget the humble people. Yeah.
When I've been on the Spotify I've been on the Spotify and looked at previous episodes on Spotify. So yeah, we're everywhere, honey.
Nice.
Yeah, people can hear our voices. Yeah. So soon we're going to pivot over to our last minute words. I'm going to do a quick sponsor break, so don't go anywhere. We will be right back with Hoy En Día TV.
Sponsored by Collective Wear, available at www.yessirodriguez.com/shop and myrod-enterprise.com/shop.
Sponsored by Divine Beauty and Accessories. Watch Hoy En Día TV, Thursday, 7:30 p.m.
All right. Also, people who want to network, come on out April 18th to the We Don't Wait, We Create event that I am co-hosting in North Carolina. So if you want more information, you can reach out to me specifically. You can go find me on my social media pages and reach out so I can get you in contact with the process of how you register. It is a RSVP event, so you do have to RSVP, but it's okay. It's no charge. You just show up and network. Get ready. If you are ready to work, whether it be your actor, model, designer, photographer, director, videographer, whoever, come on out. April 18th is ready to network. All right, so last minute words. Let's start with Nadine. We can pivot over to Cece, and then I will close out.
Yes, this is your girl Nadine, the author. You can find me on find my website, nadinebarton.com. Find my books. I'm an author, entrepreneur. I'm an actor. And basically on Instagram, Nadia B _1202. You could find me there as well. And if you need to purchase my body butters or, get nice and glowy for the winter, get on my website, Cabzenza, CABZENZAH.com, Cabzenza.com. I mean, these lovely ladies have tried my luxurious body butters, and you should too. And like I always say, life is 10% of what happened to you and 90% of how you react. So be kind.
I've tried those body butters.
I also forgot to mention that earlier into the segment that I am going to be doing my first premiere this weekend on 2023 World War III and Cheer Dad. So I'm going to be playing the diva. Deja is her name, Deja, in the movie Cheer Dad. So if you're in Atlanta and would like to come to the premiere, just hit me up so I could get your tickets. I posted on my website. You could click on the link so you could get the tickets for Cheer Dad. It's going to be a 2-in-1 premiere this Saturday coming up. So make sure you get the tickets. We sold out of tickets for Cheer Dad. So she opened up another screening room in the theater to, for more tickets. So it's going to be fun. And if you have the kiddos, just bring them out because it's a cheer movie and it's really funny and it's going to be fun. So yeah.
I love that. I'm so excited for you and so proud of you and so happy too. That's going to be a family movie. People can come out and have fun and laugh and just enjoy. So that's truly, truly amazing. I love that. Yay. Take our hat off to you. I love it. So, hey, I'm your girl, Sienna, the Actions for Purpose and Girls with Gigs. Oh, yeah. And Girls with Gigs. And so I'm a personal professional development coach here and a co-host here on Hoy En Día TV. Y'all, the year has been totally amazing. And so like I always like to tell people is nothing positive ever came from negative thinking. So make sure you keep your mind in the right span, right? So you can find me on www.girlswithgigs.com or inspireforpurpose.com. And as I always like to say, love and light and inspire for purpose.
Yes. Wow. We had another amazing, eventful episode, like we always do here at Hoy En Día TV, because our goal is to positively motivate, educate, enlighten, inspire, and entertain you, the viewer and listener, with each and every episode. And I know we did that today. It is 2026, start of season 5. I mean, wow. What more can we say? So for you all who are watching and listening, this is what the niche of the show is about: life. The ups, the downs, the good, the bad. Life has different shades, different colors, right? We deal with different things. And that's what Hoy En Día is. We don't have boundaries because we talk about life. Like whatever you think of when it comes to life, we're going to talk about it. So every episode is going to be different. No episode is going to be the same. Now, I don't want to frown on the podcast that only stick to certain topics, but after a while, it's kind of like, it can kind of get a little repetitive. I mean, in my opinion. Like if you only stick to marriage or you only stick to this, it's kind of like, how much more can you say in a podcast without it sounding redundant? And that is why here at Hoy En Día, the net was cast like life. So everything that you can think about life, it is never going to be a dull moment. I mean, hey, that's what we're here for. So if you want to hear fresh perspectives, thought-provoking ideas, if you want to be inspired, if you want to be enlightened, here is where you have to go. So refer Hoy En Día TV to a friend, to a family. I mean, hey, if there's businesses that people want to promote, we welcome people with open arms. We're scheduling people. The guest agenda is getting a little booked, so just a heads up, you might have to wait a little bit, but it's okay because your voice is going to be heard and it's going to be a worldwide platform. It is a worldwide platform. I mentioned earlier where you can hear us, you can listen to us. That is what Hoy En Día TV is. Special shout out to my amazing co-host, Nadine and Cece. They're doing beautiful things, amazing things, and just being here with me at Hoy En Día, I just thank God every day because their presence is just, yes, I appreciate them. So with all that, for those who want to find me and follow me, just go on Google or go on your favorite browser and just type in Yesse Rodriguez, Yesse Rodriguez, and I will pull up, voila. You'll find my Facebook, my Instagram, my website. and pretty much anything that I'm doing. If you want to connect with me, I am booking for doing one-on-one coaching sessions for people who want to get more serious into the acting and modeling. I have resources, I have connections, and this year there's going to be a lot of work that me and my people are going to be doing. So don't get left behind. You can jump on. If you want to change your life for the better, you have that capability. You have the opportunity. Come and join the people who are making that change. So yes, thank you all for tuning into another amazing episode of Hoy En Día TV. And like I always say, the sky is never the limit because the galaxies are endless. Thank you. Until next week.